Welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, where last time we had, we had been attacked by some Githyanki while we slept after leaving, Moonrise Towers, and making our way to the outskirts of Baldur's Gate. Yeah, we were in the astral prism, as we were speaking to the Emperor, the dream visitor. Yeah, he was like, we have to, we have to prevent the Githyanki from killing, Prince Orpheus or whatever. Yeah, we sided with him, in order to prevent that, yeah, killed the Githyanki that were attacking the place. Yeah, after that was done, we spoke to the Emperor about what to do next. As he, it explained that it is basically kind of harnessing the power of Prince Orpheus in order to prevent us from turning, basically, from using it to kind of power the artifact in such a way that it allows us to resist the Elder Brain that is the Absolute. Yeah, he tells us that we need to defeat the Elder Brain by collecting the Nether Stones, which will give us control over the Elder Brain. And actually, he doesn't really say to destroy it. He just wants us to control it. Yeah. We were kind of iffy on that. He was also really trying to encourage us to consume parasites and to awaken ourselves to illithid powers, and I'm like, no, thank you. He was getting very insistent on that. Yeah, we following that, we left the astral prism, and as we were now in our camp right outside of Worm's Crossing, which is a little outskirt town on the outside of Baldur's Gate, kind of on the other side of the river, and there's kind of connected to the city with a bridge. So we started exploring Worm's Crossing. There was a little girl who was searching for her parents. We told her to ask the guard for help, and we came across a bunch of squatters in a house. There was some guy kind of pestering them, being like, "This is my property. You got to get off of it." And we're like, "Really? Property problem? You're being a fucking landlord while the Absolute's army is on the way?" And he's like, "Yes, I absolutely am." And then I'm like, "Well, you should absolutely fuck off." And he did. And the squatters were thankful for that. We then started exploring that house, and in the basement, it was heavily trapped. But it seems like this guy, this property owner, was a toy maker, and it seems he was being blackmailed into doing something, smuggling something into the city. We don't quite know yet. Honestly, probably tadpoles, let's be real. Yeah, we kind of found a letter about that. And then we kind of started exploring, continuing our exploration. We came across like a small crowd of people that were protesting, as basically they were just being bigots. They were a bunch of xenophobes protesting the fact that a bunch of refugees are arriving in Baldur's Gate. So they were just bigots and racists and anti-immigrantist. A bunch of fascists. Thankfully, though, it looked like the Flaming Fist guard that was on duty was like, oh, please fucking shut up. And was grateful to the fact that we kind of called them out on their bullshit a bit. We also met a dude who spoke to Shadowheart, as he was a Sharan, and apparently the other Sharans have basically been informed that Shadowheart is now on their on Shar's shit list. So there's that. What else was there? We gave some donations to a almshouse, basically, run by the Flaming Fists, as they're basically kind of collecting donations to provide for the refugees. So that guy was nice. We came across another guard around the backside of that building, who turned out to be Orin, one of the, I guess, big three villains of the game, another holder of the Netherstone. She was being all cryptic and murder hobo-y before disappearing. She was like disguised as a guard and then changed. So she's like very obviously a changeling. And then she disappeared. And then I found a well and entered into it. Like just immediately, and started exploring some caves, which led us to the coast or river or what have you, whatever it is. And we started moving along the coast and came across some other caves, and eventually at the end of the coast we came across like a dying dude on the side of the road, amongst some dead bodies, who was like, put me out of my misery, and it was a knife to do it with, and so we did it, and she was, and that person was like pathetic, and then it turned out to be Oren again. She's touring with us, and we went further in, or further along the coast, until eventually we came across two groups of criminal organizations, I imagine, crime syndicates, and as they were, one was basically guarding a ship, and the other was trying to unguard the ship, I guess, and we killed them both. Like one of them was like, hey, join us, and the other was like, no, join us, and I was like, how about I kill you both? So we killed them both, and looked over the ship. Seems like it was being used by the absolutists. Didn't find any tadpoles on it to like yeet into the ocean. Probably shouldn't do that, actually. I feel like they would survive in that. So hello, Kayla, how you doing? Welcome in. And after that, we kind of returned to Worm's Crossing, specifically the Church of Ilmater, where we came across a murder mystery. And we entered the church by way of a hidden passage beneath the church, and we killed some doppelgangers, and kind of found a secret door that led into like the basement of the church, and we popped up in its kitchen when we went up a ladder, and we're like, yo, there's some fucking dead bodies in that cave there. Like a bunch of them. And like the Ilmatan priest there was like, oh dear. Not again. I'm like, what? Yeah, so we started talking to some of the other priests, and yeah, we basically learned that the father at the head of this church has been murdered, and some dude is believed to have done it, who we think is, and there's also a Hollyphant detective who we haven't spoken to yet. But we have to bring evidence that the accused, who's also dead, wasn't the one who done it. We spoke with Dead, that the accused, after we dug up their grave, and yeah, they weren't the one who did it. Some dwarf did it. And in fact, the head priest was trying to protect the guy. And then we pretty much got kind of the same information from the dead body of the father, the head priest guy, which I did that speak with Dead right in front of one of the other clerics, and they were fine with it, so that's nice. But anyways, we now have to find a murder weapon. That I think is supposed to be in a cave, in like the cave that we stumbled our way into. But I haven't found it. So we continue. Yeah, how you doing, Kayla? I'm finally in Act 3 on my first playthrough. It only took 2 months. Give everything a second to load in. I did do a little bit of exploration after the stream last time. And I collected some shit. But I did not find the things. Breaker Knight boots. Leather gloves. Hit with rust. Which, like, I don't think they're actually in here. Alright, we got them dead bodies. No longer speak. Got the super sparkly blood over there. Like, there was this. But ain't nothing in it. I double checked up here, didn't find diddly squat. Honestly, it might just be out along the coast somewhere. In a bucket. Ocean. Flying boats. Why there a red apple in a tray here?
Might be useful.
Nada. What's this? A lot of things that Chares's caress. Ooh. And that water's going in that way. That's weird. Never did go up this way. Investigate the suspicious toys. Escape Frago's flop house. I suppose that's up top. Okay. Here's where the boat was. Map? Okay. Oh, that's that area. Ooh, East Falcon. Rotting basket. Man, people need to stop letting all their shit rot.
We've got ours, you've got yours. I need you to step back.
There must be something.
I said step back.
Some shit's happening. Hello.
I've got my eye on you. And them over there too. I don't miss a thing.
Yeah, whatever, dude. Game saving. That's never good. Oh.
Please, my son. He's only a boy. You must understand.
He's just a boy. Or Tash.
We'd be safe in the gate. I heard
Stelmane is dead. This does not bode well.
Wumst.
We don't need your fun.
Bet you want to know all about Stelmane's murder? Hottest topic in Rivington. Apart from the March of the Absolute's army, I suppose. Got today's edition of the Baldur's Mouth Gazette right here. You want one?
You know murder is not a good thing, right? Yeah.
Excellent. You enjoy that one, all right? It's really gory.
Okay, let's see. Edward Needle, Editor-in-Chief, Baldur's Mouth, Baldur Gates Printing and Publishing Company, established 1339, edition number 86. Merchant Guild declares magic item market saved by adventurers. Ritualistic murder of Duke Stelmane at Elfsong still unsolved. Postmaster Danzo Arkwright in trouble. What is happening to our letters? A donation drive open at the refugee camp. Give a little, help a lot. Pressure mounting between Baldurans and refugees. We can't risk taking spies of the Absolute in, says the spy of the Absolute. Gortash's coronation imminent. Witness the ascension of Baldur's Gate first Archduke. Blor's Meat Honey gives you money-saving advice. Wow. Okay.
You want another one? You know news takes time to write, don't you? I'll go on then. You've twisted my arm. Fascinating.
Post house, sorry. Post house pigeon poster. Are you a kindly bird breeder with a love of letters? Or perhaps you live near a park of easily snatchable pigeons? Either way, we at Sword Coast Couriers, to send and to serve, are offering double price for any half-able pigeon you can find. Contact Postmaster Arkwright for more information. Note, pigeons preferred, but canaries, finches, parrots, or any other household birds are also acceptable. Athletic chickens are negotiable. Okay. Circus poster.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads, Jin, and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Our protector, Gortash. This poster names Gortash the city's savior, a devoted patriot of Baldur's Gate, and a friend to the fearful and downtrodden. I press X to doubt. Heroic portrait of Gortash. Lord Enver Gortash, the people's man, the gate's protector.
Oh, bloody dogs.
Oh, you got an allergy. Oh, look at the puppers. Angry Marcia. Oyster boy. Oh, hey, that's the well I went in. Think. Yeah, probably. Area under investigation.
Flaming Fist investigation underway. Stay back.
You throw a fit when there's no hot water. You won't last a day out there.
It's run or sit on my ass praying. And the gods don't give a damn about
There's so many voices going on.
what's the worst that can happen.
Would everyone please stop going on about the Absolute's army? Lord Gortash is going to sort it all out.
No, he ain't. No, he ain't, girl. I'm sorry.
The Absolute army is on our doorstep. You want to live? Get out of here before it's too late.
What do you think, Kimmy?
Mummy keeps talking about some army, but she won't tell me anything about it.
I'm not a baby.
It's just a little baby.
Never thought I'd feel sorry for a flock of pigeonets.
What's the worst that can happen if we get caught sneaking in?
I'd suggest holding on to your letters until things...
I know I've talked to them before. Right, Cormac?
Can I help you? Oh, bloody ribs. Sorry, mate. Had a run-in with a mugger. If you need something, ask the missus.
Don't wander around Rivington alone, all right? My husband did and got mugged and beaten for his trouble.
This man's at full fucking health. Call that a muggin'?
I'll give them a piece of my mind.
Smithy sign.
Rivington General.
That's more than just a smithy.
Hi. Welcome to the Rivington General.
Aye.
Browse carefully. The weapons are sharp.
Flyer advertising the Rivington General. You dream it, we forge it. The greatest ironcraft in Rivington, brought to you by Master Blacksmith Gildro Angleiron. Experience for yourself the raw strength of Gildro's forge, where molten iron is transformed into timeless creations of breathtaking skill and durability. Buy today and be the envy of friend and foe alike. You're not Gildro.
Hi.
Hi.
Want a blade? Or a bow? Or a dagger? Or maybe a spear is more your thing? You look like you know how to use a spear.
I do.
By spear. What'd you say? Huh?
I'm quite partial to rapiers.
Oh, yay!
What's this? Bone Spike Garb. Slab Jaw Determination. You gain 15 temp HP whenever you rage. Yo! Exoskeleton Endurance. Reduce all incoming damage by 2 when the wearer is struck by a melee attack. The attacker takes 12... Or... God, I wish. 2 piercing damage. I wish it was 12 piercing damage. Jesus. And then we got just a bunch of... Swearis's Sled Board. Shield Conduit. The shield shrouds the wearer with Force Conduit at the start of its turn in combat, and you can shield bash. A gnomish adventurer once used this to outpace his enemies down a slope. What does Force Conduit do? Bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage against the affected entity is reduced by 1 per turn remaining. If the entity takes damage while it is 5 or more while it has 5 or more turns remaining, it deals 1d4 force damage in a 6-meter radius. Stalker Gloves. Seldom caught unawares, you gain +1 bonus to initiative. Skullduggery attack. Your sneak attack deals an additional 1d4 force damage. It's a difficult life being a modern rogue. Everyone expects the surprise attack. These gloves assist in making sure that the surprisee doesn't live long enough to decide whether they were surprised.
Keep your distance, darling.
What do you got? On a hit with a weapon, minus 1d4. Put those on, my friend. Okay. What kind of weapons we got here? Ambusher. Sentinel weapon gain a +1 bonus to initiative rolls and advantage on perception ability checks. Ambusher streak. In combat, you deal an additional 1d6 necrotic against creatures that haven't taken a turn yet. Good for assassins. +1 dagger. +1. The Dancing Breeze. It's a glaive. It's just a +2 weapon. Brace, whirlwind attack. Let's see. And increase your strength score by 2. That's pretty good. You cannot be pushed against your will and have advantage on saving those against being restrained. I could have sworn that was onions. Dude, that Dragonborn's name is as difficult as your NPC names? No, it's more difficult. Exvikyp. I know my names are pronounceable because they're actually historical names. Alright. I'm tempted to get this. Bone spike garb. I'm just terrible at names. I'll nickname all your characters. I got plenty of money. What does this look like? That's kind of cool. I bought the armor. I bought it too.
Careful, I bite.
I mean, honestly, nothing beats not getting crit. Let's be real. It like nothing really beats that. All right. Do you have any other still items I can sell?
Can't afford to stay idle.
Got that agate. Have some lemons and a potato. Have a nice day.
Want more?
Exvic,
Want
yep.
less? Wanna sell? Wanna buy? You know where I am. Bye!
I like her. She's nice.
Welcome to the Rivington General, home to crafts by the illustrious Gildro Angleline. Speak to his assistant only, as Gildro is super busy.
Okay.
Angleiron blades are extremely sharp, obviously, and will cut you if mishandled. You have been warned.
It's a nice little tapestry. How is your discount so high? I'm a bard. Also, I have no idea.
Back again! Want... Oh, yay!
Bard intensifies. It's like, I'm a bard, bitch. That's it. That's all I've done. Both have 20 charisma. Maybe bards get something extra. I mean, this is also just the default starting one. 108. I'm just that cool, you know? It's probably the fancy hat.
Want more? Want?
People love a fancy hat. Minority says 56. You basically got twice. Stop that. Stop sneaking before a guard comes over and yells at us.
What's cooking?
Like, how the fuck? Oh. Wait, what? Wait. Huh. 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 Corpse grinder. That don't seem right. Like that. That increase. Oh, carrying capacity doubled. Huh. That's why. That explains it. I don't know what to do with this fucking clown torso. Like, what the fuck? Keep any clown parts you find. Yeah. That makes sense. That saddens me. Comfortable. Clown torso is a really fun, family-friendly puzzle. Just gotta find a clown.
Alright, what now? Best be on my way.
I'm sure it's related to this.
The circus of the last days has returned. See Dryads Jin and Dribbles the Clown back with a new act.
Bet you heard Baldur's Gate was safe, right? Well, it's a bloody lie. They've banned refugees from the city as if we're the problem. If you're looking to enter the city, hope your pockets are loaded. Bastards are charging a fortune.
Yo, I have that. I have a fortune.
You can't get in trouble for sneaking into places as a kid, right? Just wondering.
With fascist, yes, most
We're
definitely.
gonna see the mummy, the dryad, the ginny, everything. So don't even think about trying to stop us.
I'm not. Oh, hey, there's the circus. Bitey buddy.
It would be most pleasing to sleep indoors once.
Yonks.
If you are in the market for potions, I highly recommend the Velveteen Elixir. I've not been this well stocked since Waterdeep.
Cool.
You look like you need to clean off the road dirt. Almost as much as I do. No good inns with hot water and a tub on this side of the crossing, though.
I've got some holy hand soap.
I ain't looking to make friends or enemies. Go bother someone else.
If you're after a job, Neverwinter is on the lookout for adventurers. That's where we're headed.
Thieves, murderers, monsters. What hell's breaking loose? Joking. This is great. Think of all the work we can get here.
Arrest you all for gross negligence. There'll be plenty of...
A Baldurian. Good. Lots of unfamiliar faces in the city these days.
Whatever.
Dad says there's already too many refugees, and the city can't hold any more. We've got to keep them out.
Oh no, she's being taught racism.
Any of the refugees give you hassle, come to us. We know how to handle them.
No, thank you. Gildro Angle Iron, I found you.
If you're a customer, go down to the shop. Otherwise, clear off.
What do you sell?
Well, given this is in fact a blacksmith,
Yeah?
we sell things that need smithing.
Oh.
The shopkeeper can tell you more. Give the lazy sod something to do for once.
Okay. What's here? Hello? Journal of Gildro Angle Iron. Been almost 15 years since I bought this forge from old Gussoon. And in that time, I thought I'd seen everything, but I was wrong. The scimitar that Rivington rat brought in yesterday is the third weapon made of infernal iron I've purchased in the last month. The only infernal weapons I've seen since I've been here. Of course, I sold them all pronto, probably nothing less than I might have if I was willing to sit on them for a while. But that's something I am not willing to do. Mama Angle Iron didn't raise any fools, but still, I have to wonder, where are these diabolic weapons coming from? Coming from the fact that this game is set like post-descent into Avernus. A hatch, you say? Iron Hand gnomes are grievances. All know that the primal source of mechanomagical method and measurement is Gyarados Ironhand, gnomic deity of militant artifice. For generations, the Ironhand clan reverently toiled in their Baldur's Gate workshops, creating intricate devices of precision and beauty, crafting in peace alongside the sweatshops of lesser artisans. Sometimes, in their generosity, the Ironhands even shared methods with these others. But then did the adherents of the thief god Gond, in their hubris, found a house of wonders and arrogant to themselves the labor and credit of all mechanomagical works in Baldur's Gate, and many gnomes did join the Gondians, to their shame. And the voice of Gyarados spoke to Wilberforce Bongal, and said unto him, Suffer not these Gondians to steal thy livelihoods. And so Wilberforce spake out against the Gondians, citing the flaws and errors in their shoddy works, rightly extolling the superiority of the creations of the Ironhands. In response, the Gondians, in their envy and choler, did utter vile slander and calumny against the Ironhands, and Wilberforce was wroth. There followed the death of Wilberforce and the unfortunate rune powder incident, and the Ironhands, with the complicity of the Flaming Fist, were driven from the city into woeful exile. And while I was reading that, I got called down for dinner. What we're gonna say. And we're gonna take a break. Oh wow, dinner's like 30 minutes early. Alright. Boop. Boop. I am back. I had spaghetti for dinner and garlic bread. YouTube really didn't want to YouTube, right? During that break. I turned some things down during that, so let's just turn them back up. YouTube was not having it. Alright, anyways. Rune powder and the modern known. This extremely wordy treatise supposes that the possibility of recreating rune powder, the mythical explosive documented in gnomish legends. I ask my most renovated and prodigiously talented audience to suppose the following. Rune powder, as we know of it, may no longer exist at our particular space-time environment, but it most absolutely exists within our minds, both singular and collective. Now we've landed upon a fascinating bit of philosophy. Think, of the following formula. Thought plus behavior equals action. Then why not the following? Thought plus idea equals action. With our knowledge of rune powder's unique properties, why can we, the reader, myself, anyone with an interest, really, not manifest that which we can imagine? Consider the following. And my throat is all lambing. Level up your life. Life going down the latrine, wondering why nobody likes you, losing out on love, wondering what's wrong with you. The short answer is nothing. You're just lacking a little charisma. It's a common misconception that charisma is something you're born with. The truth is, charisma can be learned. And by purchasing this book, you've just taken the first step on a path of becoming the best version of you. Into the Feywild. Excerpt from what appears to be an unpublished memoir. I called my name out into the darkness and nothing came back, not even an echo. That was the moment I knew I was truly alone, and that I, Gildro Angleiron, would have to find a way to confront myself, accept myself, and fundamentally embrace myself for exactly who I was. And it was the Feywild that would teach me how. Alright. On a interesting books here. Letter from the Fulfilled Heart. Dear Master Angleiron, I'm exceedingly sorry to report that we are still unable to find someone who might be willing to meet with you. The men and women of this city can be so awfully picky sometimes. Might I suggest that you try submitting a portrait that presents you in a different light? Not that there's anything wrong with a blacksmith, but I wonder if that might be one of the prejudices that we are unfortunately running into where tastes are concerned. Of course, we won't stop trying to arrange something for you. As we like to say at the Fulfilled Heart, there are no lost souls, only those who've yet to find their home. Yours, encouragingly, Maestro Heartstrom. Dearest Gildro. My dearest darling Gildro, your last letter left me rather concerned. I think it's time you seek some professional counsel for your melancholy. Such things can't be left to brew away unchecked. You've always been a sensitive soul, and I know how heartbreak has always hurt you more than you let on. There's no shame in seeking a little aid, is there? I'm always here for you, you know that, but I'm no expert when it comes to these things, and I think you should find someone who is. I say this with all the love in the world. Please, at least think about it. Love, always, Mama. Aww. I didn't even notice that door when I was in there.
Someone there?
Is that blood? No, never mind.
Never any blood. Where'd he go? There he is.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Please, keep bothering me. I've no work to get on with.
Oh, that's good. That's good then.
If you see this sign, that means you are too close to Gildro Angle-Iron. His work must not be interrupted.
Such passive-aggressive signs.
Keep a blade close.
Locked from the other side. I wonder what it's hiding.
Me too.
Believe this.
From the other side, huh? Oh. Oop.
Should mind my step.
No, it roots. Why would we need to be up here? Poor Kay. Down the chimney. Probably not. That's not safe. Oh. Too far. Oh wait. There's some more knots over here. Hey, how come you're...
Back again. Want a dagger? Or a bow? Need more arrows? Need a spear?
Falling damage, prone, fire damage. Not actually, but thoughts. Are you the one that sells the smith's weapons?
Yep, that's me.
Grumpy fella, isn't he?
On the outside, but he's a softy at heart, like molten steel. Also, he's a living legend.
Oh.
Do you know he's won Best Smith in Rivington 7 years in a row?
Nice.
And he says that if I move enough stock, I might even get to have a go on the anvil.
Quite the larcenical, aren't you? I'd pick a different dream if I were you. Your boss doesn't seem the giving sort to me. See if I can boost your sales figures. Be so mean.
Oh, yay!
Here, you got any bloody daggers? You know? Like, no particular reason. Just in case, like, you know, someone sold you some murder weapons. those. I saw a construct, so might as well take that. Bean slaying? We're gonna kill Raphael eventually. Smoke powder arrow. Don't mind if I do.
Want more? Want less? Wanna sell? Wanna buy? You know where I am. Bye!
Oh, that man just disappeared. No. Wonder how we get there. Well, burbs. Goodbye, burbs. Where did that one child go?
I'm paid to take down troublemakers, so don't make trouble.
LA.
Attention. Donations desperately needed for refugees. Every copper helps.
Got something else to donate, have you?
I need to get into the barn right now. Something dangerous might be among the donations. DC 10? Okay, guard. Oh! Good thing I have a plus bajillion.
I'm gonna let you through because I don't want to take any risks. But you better not be lying.
I'm not. The door's already open, my lad. Piggy!
Is everything all right, man of Nestor? Sir?
There's been a report of dangerous contraband in the donations, and we're going to check it out.
Why? All these goods have already been checked in.
I didn't ask for your opinion, Fist. Fall in and do your job.
And for toys. And for toys. And for suspicious toys. I'll take that rotten food. Because I don't want people eating that. That'd be rude. There's a rotten fish. Fuck whoever donated that. So rude. Thinking about it, if the fireplace opening is too small, it's falling damage, prone, then burning status until leaving the area, requiring climbing back up. Good luck if inside brickwork has been mortared smooth. And my hopes and dreams to climb down the chimney. Be Santa Claus.
This place is tricky.
Ow.
You were right. Explosives. Now give me some room. I need to make sure the rest of these donations are safe. You try and find whoever is responsible for this. I thought this assignment was going to be dull. No such luck.
How did you set that off? I don't know. I found the stuff and the guard pops up to see what you found. I don't know how I set that off, I'll be honest. Aww. All the way back here. Alright, we'll do that again. I think I noticed that it was trapped, like, too late. And I got, like, within blast radius or whatever. We'll try to not blow it up this time. Yeah, I think I just got too close to it. I'm just that good at finding explosives. Or I guess rather, the explosives found me. I think I quick saved right before coming here. Hey, buddy, friend.
I'm gonna let you through because I don't want...
Never wanted the easy path.
Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Trade of vegetables. Big. You're a cute little pig, aren't you? I don't have to speak with animals. Fast, apparently. Wild.
I say, terribly decent of you to come over and exchange pleasantries.
One of the most pressed pigs I've ever seen.
Oh, how kind of you to say.
No problem.
I have been growing my bristles out. It's something of an art, you
Ah, it's lovely.
Salutations once more, old stick. Always a treat to have visitors.
What a lad. Take that rotten cheese. It seems I have to remind some of you that what is in the barn is for the refugees, not for your dinner. Next one I find skimming from the top cleans the latrine for the next month. Bro, what's with all this fucking rotten food, dude?
What's hiding here?
What if I just, like, start putting stuff in? Like, reverse steal. I mean, since I now know where the explosives are, I can pointedly ignore that and check everywhere else. Now I'm on a rotten food inspection. And that's just a rag. Rotten eggs! Rotten tomatoes. Ooh. Hey, buddy. Yeah, following us. Oh yeah, you can like see the toys there. I didn't notice that before. My rotten fish. My rotten cheese. Alright. Sell most rotten food, but I send the rotten eggs to camp to see how many I have at the end of the game.
My faith protects me.
Trust no one. Shall we? It's a trap, and a nasty one at that. Watch your back.
Disarm that shit. We did it! Surprise-based teddy bear. This teddy bear toy is stuffed with explosives. Still adorable.
You were right. Explosives.
He reacts the same way.
I need to make sure the rest of these donations are safe. You try and find whoever is responsible for this.
No. I love how it's just the same reaction.
These boots have seen everything.
Alright. The mini tales of Mother Campestry. Well, bear bombs or exploded bear bombs, proof of bombs. True. An excerpt from a book of short but terribly outdated tales for children, told by Mother Campestry. The Hungry Bullywug. Once there lived a bullywug whose name was Billy. His clothes were ragged, he never washed, and he spoke in tongues that nobody could ever understand. But the worst thing about Billy was that he was always hungry. First, he ate all the food that was in his village, then he moved on to the villages nearby. Soon, the entire region was starving because Billy could never have enough. Villagers offered to teach Billy how to farm so that he could make his own way, but Billy was lazy. Billy only ever wanted to live off the kindness of others, and so that is what he did. One day, the villagers decided they'd had enough. They had been forced to live off their supplies for months and were sick of it, and Billy, having gotten fat from eating all of their food, had started to look rather appetizing himself.
Toys trapped to injure children. It's abominable. Gods, any one of us could have been blown to smithereens.
Yeah, like me in an alternate timeline.
Seems we were patrolling around a powder keg. Glad I didn't get burned up.
You're welcome.
Something's on my
Mr.
mind.
Broadhorn.
Explosives? In toys? How despicable. Hope Lord Gortash gets this stuff sorted out.
I don't think he's gonna get it sorted out, my guy. Pig, what do you know of the explosive toys?
Salutations once more.
Thank you for your wisdom.
Glad Nestor sorted out those trap toys. Nasty business, that.
Oh, now that I have them, can I, like... Where did Nestor go? There goes Flophouse. We found the donators mentioned in the blackmail against Arthur. He put explosives inside of them. We should see what he has to say for himself. I'd have to find him first. Arthur. Arthur. Where did he storm off to? Probably warned these people not to go into the basement.
I don't like being cooped up inside.
I think I'll still...
Flophouse is there. Circus is over that way. There's stuff down here I haven't visited. You're not a strange cow. There's blood here.
We told our son that this is a holiday to spare him the truth.
Howdy.
Turn back, citizen. No passage in this direction.
Why not?
It's bloodier than a butcher's backyard out there. Piles of dead absolutists, and a few of our own as well. The cultists assaulted the gate, armed to the teeth trying to break in. They nearly had it too, before the Steel Watch intervened.
Steel Watch. Is that some sort of fancy new rank of City Watchman?
A little more than that. You'll see for yourself soon enough if you head to the city.
Oh. That's bloody. Hello.
No passage this way, I'm afraid. Turn back. It's for your own good.
Okay. It's a lot about this.
All the treats your tummy can handle.
I like an area over here.
As long as you stop sulking and start walking right now.
Scratch! Summon! I need to summon you more.
Maybe I need more pocket.
What are you sniffing? Looked upon this and simply thought, I can get down there and loot.
That might be worth a look.
Eye bite? Why did someone hide a thing of eye bite? Things. Strange ox. There you are, my friend.
What's that? Don't look away. I know it's you.
So shame for choosing eye bite. Garbo. Alright. We were just given protection from evil and good for a reason.
My! The fates move in strange and scrumptious ways. I am delighted to see you again.
Oh well.
After our little interlude at last light, I was worried you'd gone quite mad.
It takes worse than that, than a bit of gore to turn my gullet. The ox with murder on its mind.
And mine. And mine. Though, one thing I find quite distasteful is being kept outside our intended city. I'd quite like to get inside, but it's difficult to shuffle your way to the top of the queue when you're, well, as big as an ox. But what if I was smaller, more discreet? Maybe then a kind soul might bring me through, right in their little pocket.
What are you?
I don't think you want to travel this road, my friend.
I assure you I do. Tell me what you really are. Or strike you down myself.
All I wanted was a bit of hay, a good brushing, and a clean stall. The simple life. Is that so much to ask?
Oh no! Wow! That's not an ox, that's a slime. We angered the strange creature, we're in for a fight. He's happy. Acid immunity. That's a level 9 ooze. Wow! Scratch, get out of there.
Bye forever, pal.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Icky yucky. Pew pew pew. No. Hope for the devilish ox. We defeated the strange creature. We did. Hat of Fire Acuity. Whenever you deal fire damage, you gain arcane acuity. Shapeshifter's Boon Ring. While shapeshifting or disguising yourself, you gain a 1d4 bonus to all checks.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Why did it like spawn with only like half health though? All right.
Time to press ahead.
Wasn't expecting that. I believe my dog got exploded. Okay.
We're as desperate as the rest of these savages. They just had the sense to move quicker than us.
Checking to see if there's any stuff I might have missed.
Something over there.
Okay. Now I'm finding a bunch of treasure. Radiance resistance.
Don't get us fed and watered.
Game doesn't want me going up there. Your camp. Oh, it's Gandro. Ooh. And level 9.
What will we do? So few of us left. Our strength was never numbers. Every laugh whenever you can. As long as we stand together, we'll make something out of it. There'll always be more. They spread like locusts. So we should do nothing.
That's pretty. I don't know if that's concerning, like if those are refugee camps, or if that's the absolute army.
And let the marshal of their strength against us. I do not like our chances.
Game is saving. Refugees, I think.
What will happen to them if we attack? We do nothing. The innocent will suffer just the same. We have no good choice.
The hunter has nothing to say to you. He seems to have other things on his mind.
You think you can just walk into our camp, present yourself to Alma, or leave?
Rechtei Hathran Rust.
My friend from the Hag Swamp. You join us as we honor our fallen dead. You're a bright light on a dark day. Even you, my erstwhile quarry.
Oh, hello again.
He's so bloody.
Frey Valdisk Durovna. Frey Valdiskablast.
I feel we're intruding. We should leave quickly.
Calm yourself. You will not be harmed. Our leader has called off the hunt.
Oh.
She wishes to speak to you.
Im orak nete.
I like how out of all of us, Only Asterion is the super bloody one.
So, the impossible spawn walks among us in the blazing sun.
Aye.
We have been looking for you.
Goddamn, number 2. If you want to throw him on the pyre, I fully support you. What do you want with Asterion?
The last time your friend came to our camp, he stole our children, our future.
When I was hunting you, I was to bring you back here, interrogate you, discover how to save our children, and then destroy you.
But things have changed. You have changed. Is it true you left your master? That you broke the spell that binds you to him?
Well, I mean, kind of. It's a long story, honestly.
I'm thinking of turning it into a ballad if you're interested. I love the bard options, dude. Yes, Asterian's free now. It was more dumb luck than any skill on his part. I'm thinking of turning it into a ballad.
We are not.
Oh.
But perhaps we can give you a chance to do deeds just as worthy of song.
Oh?
We have tried to save our children once already, attacking Khazad-dûr's palace at first light. Even then, it was too well defended. But if his own spawn approached, someone he thought he could control, he would throw his doors open and welcome you in. And once inside, you could do what we could not. You could save the children you damned.
You don't know Khazad-dûr like I do. He's merciless. You want me to march into the lion's den and save your children? But I promise you, they're already dead.
How can you be sure, Asterion?
I spent 200 years bringing him victims. Each and every one was whisked away to be fed on that night.
But you never saw him feed yourself. He could keep prisoners for days before killing them.
I know our plight is grim, but if there is even a chance to save them, we must take it.
If our children are truly gone, then we ask for blood. I know you can understand that, Spawn.
I don't want to say Asterion has to owe anybody anything. If Asterion won't help you, then I will.
God damn it. Fine. If nothing else, at least killing Khazad-dûr will feel good.
Thank you. From me and all my people. If you can do this, we will be in your debt. You have lived a life of violence and sin. You have stolen lives, broken families, and caused immeasurable grief. Doing this will not right those wrongs.
If you're trying to encourage me, you're failing abysmally.
But it will be a start. You may still be redeemed. Please go. Time is short, but we will see you again when it is done.
Solemn farewell.
Our strength was never numbers, but the bonds we share, and they are stronger than ever.
Judging by the fact that this is here, like, I'm guessing this could have gone very south. Witness the Gur funeral.
I'll destroy every last blood.
We can do nothing for you here. All that is left is to face the beast, Khazad-dûr.
I mean, any like vampire slaying advice, you know?
Do not stand here and wait. Cazador must be destroyed.
Okie dokie.
Cazador's nest of serpents must be exterminated. Nothing less.
Abandoned locket, household prayer, child's drawing.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
I wanted to look at that. Child's depiction of a happily sunlit scene. Uh-huh. That's cute. Like elf, human, and a dwarf. Lathander to light, saloon to guide, Celeborn to judge, and passage provide. Yoink. This locket opens to a picture of a little girl. Bloated by tears. Aw. Make her pink. Okay. Reflections of a gullible prick.
What's inside?
Why have all the chickens been killed? Toy block. That's ominous. This stained tome records a long and arduous journey. I hoofed it to Baldur's Gate based on a God's damned promise. They'll welcome you with open arms, my cousin said. Everyone has a home in the gate. 17 days I marched. 17 days of their whining toddlers and their piss reek. 17 days of howling wolves, huddling around sickly fires, and still that stench. Of course they didn't let us through the gate when we showed up, shoved us into a camp teeming with snivellers and sneerers. Had it with them, their sob stories, the entire gall of their presence. If I've got to be stuck outside the city, I'll make home in a chicken coop. Smells better than those shit-stained whelps, called my cousins at least. The rest of the text continues in a similarly aggrieved fashion. Where am I? Reception check.
Something over there.
A key. Key, a key. I found a key. Pigeons. Post House Dogs Law. Life of Beaky. The pigeons in service of the communicators of this city deserve far more renown than that which is afforded to them. Take Beaky, for example, a pigeon, aged 10, a great-great-great-grandfather, and a noble upholder of his tremendous duties. Orange of beak and charcoal of wing, rare is the Balduran who has not glimpsed the flash of his wing darting hither and fro across our fair city. Beaky has carried Duke's writs, marriage announcements, emergency notices, and more with nary complaint from his cooing beak. Who among us can claim a more stalwart dedication to so important a profession? Post House Dogs log. This log of courier hounds is matted with dried saliva and dog hair. Bulwarf, no fleas, lot of nodding though. Coat matted, breath smells, big bark still. Good boy, yeah. Snee, good girl as always. No coat matting, scratches occasionally. Note, check for fleas later. Scratch, still gone. Miss you, boy. Scratch. Scratch just exploded. Hi. The Lily Jasmine Provost Academy. Dear Lily, Dadders and I can't believe our luck in getting you admitted to Provost as a boarding student just before this refugee crisis sealed the city gates. It costs 2 arms and a leg, but if it keeps you inside the gate's walls until the danger is past, it's worth whatever we had to pay. Now, don't worry about your parents. We're safe enough in Rivington as long as the Steel Watch is here to protect us. And whatever happens, whatever you hear, don't take it into your head to leave the city. Knowing that you're safe at the academy is what keeps us going every day. And we'll get through this. You know we will. Helm, bless, and keep you, Lily. Mommers. Form H, refusal of admittance. Petitioner name here. The Flaming Fist Company regrets to inform you that your request to enter Baldur's Gate has been denied. This is due to check all that apply. Evasive answers to routine questions, suspected cult affiliation, lack of visible means of support. Denied petitioners may reapply after a 10-day, but too frequent reapplication is considered harassment and subject to penalty. To hiring manager, Steel Watch Foundry. Greetings, I'm an experienced forge assistant currently stuck in Rivington, but I expect to get into the city soon. When I do, I hope you'll grant me an interview at your famous foundry because I'm going to need work and I'm really very good at hammering and, tonging. Anyway, don't forget me. I'll be coming around shortly so you can see if you want to hire me. Henry Tongs Buxter. To Lord Haverford Gist. To the Honorable Lord Haverford Gist. Your reputation as a charitable nobleman is renowned far beyond the walls of Baldur's Gate. Those walls that would preserve my family from the rage of the absolute cold. Could we but gain admittance? However, the Flaming Fist at the south span of Worm's Crossing are adamant in their refusal to let us in. I beg you to please use your influence to send a message to them, allowing our passage. We would owe you our undying gratitude, and if you were in need of an experienced scribe, I would be willing to work for only the most nominal wages. Scribe Gallagher Brim in Rivington. Pigeons.
Pigeons are very sensitive.
Okay.
They can't fly straight if they're disturbed.
Okay. I'll trust you on that one. Hi.
A new face. Something to send. Don't be shy.
Employee pay log. The pay slips of all the employees of the post house. Dringo's pay is marked docked 2 copper pieces at Marhia's request. Post house delivery complaints. A log missing deliveries turned to the most recent page. Arbuckle knit, broadsheet delivery never arrived, mildly irked. Mungo Frigglebottom, El Torkel Academy tuition fees notices would prefer these letters stay lost. Mystic Carrion, funeral invitations won't be caught dead using such a second-rate service again. Thirstwell Van Thamper, Iron Flask, do you know who my parents are? I swear. Note, any letters marked Postmaster Shipment Inquiry that are found and retrieved unopened will be much appreciated. Danzo. Oh, an address book. A collection of postal addresses for notable city folk. Alan Elith, Elfsong Tavern, Eastway. Alondra Gray, Water Queen's House, The Steeps. Note, only send couriers with water-breathing potions to hand. Bloris Mead Honey Counting House, The Steeps. Captain Grizzly, real name, unlikely. Blushing Mermaid, note, warn couriers, armed postfolk don't oft return. Cora Highberry, large abode opposite Baldur's Mouth, Heapside. Etvart Needle, Baldur's Mouth, Heapside, note, has requested full-time courier for Mouth shipping. Father Lorgan, note, deceased, address post to Rector Yanis, Open Hand Temple, Rivington. Figaro Pennygood, Facemaker's Fashion near Upper City Gates. Havkalag, note, has philosophical objection to postal service. Address to Golbraith to get anything done. The Society of Brilliance Lodge, The Steeps. Lady Janif Estate Mansion near Upper City Gates. Leroican, Ramazif's Tower, The Wide, note, all posts to be directed via Sorceress Sundry's Heapside. Mamselle Amira, Sharess's Caress, Worm's Crossing. Manip Nestor, Flaming Fist Barracks, Basilisk Gate. Note, recent reassignment to Rivington. Vicar Humbletoes, Storm Show Tabernacle, Eastway. Nice little jig there. Gortash Coronation Poster. Lord Gortash to be elevated to Archduke. Grand ceremony to be held in Worms Rock Audience Hall.
Gortash has been named Archduke. Time to pay Worms Rock a visit.
I don't fucking know where that is. Our fiery friend. Issue 83. Yeah. Seen that one. Dispatches Ledger. Log of dispatch passages. Turn to the most recent page. Packages sent. Pigeon acquisition request. Bloom Ridge Park. Post house apology missives. Knit Frigglebottom. Arian Van Thamper. Baldur's Mouth Gazettes. Outer City Circulation Note. Chase up Astra for a promised personal interview. D. Frontline War Report. Duke Ravengard. Component Pouches. Sorceress Sundries. Refugee Letters. Rector Yanis Open Hand Temple. Urgent Report for Ravengard. Priority. Primer on Kalimshan. A primer on local Kalimsham dialects, covered in clumsy notes. You want to stroll down Kalimport's bustling streets, duck down a Brada alleyway, and breathe in the smell asarf from the kitchen backs. Want to be nodded to in respect as an Alamurithi by the locals? Well, read on, noble traveler of tongues, to learn what linguistic wonders await in the Shining Lands. No. I do not want to steal that. A plain, unadorned note.
Welcome
Welcome to Sword Coast Couriers. To send and to serve. Delivery not guaranteed.
Wait, delivery not guaranteed?
Well, we've had to change the policy. Hard to send letters by road when there's a rampaging army of fanatics bearing down on you.
I mean, fair enough.
I'll tell you, it's left me in a right pickle. I've sent what I can by pigeon, but now something's attacking them and all. Become a postmaster, Danzo. It'll be easy. Nobody mentions having to spend your evenings hunting for pigeon carcasses, do they?
Insane. Any idea where the birds went missing?
Not the foggiest. Normally they fly true as an elven arrow. Something nearby is snatching them. I can tell you that much.
I could find the pigeons for you. My fees are very reasonable. I'd be happy to take a look.
Well, if it's not too much trouble, I'd be much obliged. Any letters you find, bring them back to me, unopened, of course, and there's some gold in it for you.
Uh-oh. Unopened, he says. Carrier pigeons have gone missing. Postmaster Danzo asked us to retrieve the letters they carried. He said that if we find the letters, we shouldn't read them. Uh-oh. But I'm nosy.
When will I get to train the dogs again, Miss Marcia?
When you prove yourself not to be an incompetent idiot.
Ah, I see. Maybe next 10-day, then.
Dog.
Woof.
Woof.
A charming effort, but you can't fool me. You're not a dog. So what the hell are you doing in my kennels?
I think I found one of your dogs. Scratch.
Found him, did you? I can't say I'm surprised. Gomwick never kept him on a tight leash. Bring him here, and I'll give him a once-over for you. Check him for worms and so on.
Oh, yes, please. I'd love to see him.
He's a good dog. We'd both love to see him again.
Whistle for Scratch. Copper.
Scratch! Oh, it's good to see you, boy!
Shut up, Dringo, and get back to work.
Wow.
And you've been slacking as well, Scratch, my boy. This dog is property of Sword Coast Couriers. I'll take him off your hands now.
Hell no. You shouldn't raise your hand to him like that. Thought Scratch belonged to Gomwick. He lives with me. You can't just take him. Neck snap. I thought Scratch belonged to Gomwick?
Gomwick was his handler, not his owner.
You can raise your hand to him like that.
I can do whatever I please. He's my dog. Now get out. This is a private yard.
No, fuck you. He's forgotten his training. He'll be a terrible influence on the rest of your hounds. He's too free-spirited now that I sing all my silly little bard songs at him.
I'm not surprised. Gomwick always indulged him. And he's got a spark in his eye I don't like. Looks lively.
Fuck you.
Take the useless mutt if you're so inclined. I'll have nothing more to do with him.
It's not just Scratch. She's always hurting the dogs.
Shut your mouth, Dringo. Last warning.
I hear Lord Gortash abhors animal abuse. Perhaps I should report you to him. I'll give you to the count of 10 to leave these kennels. 1, 2. Okay, what do I got? I'm sorry, Dringo, I only care about Scratch? No. We care about all the good boys and girls. Oh, PC 20. Alright, I need at least a 12. That wasn't a 12. Inspiration, please. Fuck. Why am I bad at lying? Fuck. I'm gonna save scum this if I have to. There we go. That like somehow went up by 10.
Fine. You think you can do a better job without me? Be my guest. They're a useless bunch of mongrels. You're welcome to them.
Fuck you. Fuck you, lady. Get the fuck out of here.
Just keep your hands to yourself.
What? Arlac, what are you doing?
You got rid of her. I'll do a better job looking after these dogs than she ever did. I promise.
I have no doubt about that.
Mistress is gone. Mistress is gone. I mean, such terrible news. She will be missed.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you for making Mistress go away. She was horrid.
Hell yeah.
Breathe deep and move.
You throw a fit when there's no hot water. You can last a day out there.
There are so many voices happening right now. Let's see if I can get to wherever that is. I'm down here. No, I've technically already been through here. Man, it's just a little bit of a murder hole, you know? Too far.
Don't be shy. Let's go.
Some are marked red, but I like to strip the Gortash posters and sell them for a bit of extra coin and a chuckle. Yeah. Deserved. Trying to get to the blacksmith hatch? Yeah.
All's well that ends not as bad as it could have.
Flying ship. Uh-oh. There we go. The ship is no longer flying.
to him for more. At the ready.
Not concealing.
Howdy.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Tell me about the gemless ring I found on you.
Brothers died on the road. Man tried to buy.
What's the last thing you remember?
Man buying heirlooms. Vulture challenged him.
What happened to you?
Pushed. Felt bones break. Darkness.
Do you have any next of kin?
None.
Who are you?
Garrett.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Let's move. Light on my feet.
Ba 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 da ba. Squeaky clean.
Still alive, so that's progress. How much further can I go?
Yeah. Okay. Those were refugee camps that were that way.
How the gods truly this petty? Orin's little display was just intended to rattle us. We mustn't let her succeed, but need to stay alert all the same.
Notice. Charms are using a place called the House of Grief as cover for their presence in Baldur's Gate.
Then that's where we need to go. My parents are in there somewhere.
Fucking shapeshifter. She'll try to break our best asset, our trust. Fortunately, she's no match for our second best asset, me.
Oh yeah.
It's not enough. We have a gallery of villains to look out for, but now we could be infiltrated by a shape changer? I can't even tell if any of you are acting strange because you've been replaced, or because this group is full of weirdos.
Why not both?
All's well, I hope, aside from the obvious.
I love the weirdos line. It's a great line. What? Oh. Cave.
Leading right into that cave.
Queen. Angle iron cellar. We did it. Woo. An angle iron. Where are the dead pigeons? Oh.
The boss is expecting you. Hasn't forgotten what you did for him at Moonrise.
Who? Whomst?
2 days just to get hold of a still watcher optic module. And for what?
Oh, these are the Iron Hands.
You don't have.
I think. Yeah. Yeah, some of these names are familiar. Okay.
Look, unless you're an expert in steel watcher gyroscopics, please get out of my light.
Oh, please tell me we're gonna...
You think I want my clan facing down one of those walking death machines with cutlery?
No.
Then leave me to my work.
Do you have anything to drink?
Only if you're quick.
Yo, you got any potions? Flash blinder. Blind a target if it is a steel watcher or a scrying eye. It is stunned and suffers a 1d6 penalty to attack rolls. I feel like I'm gonna need these. I see your... Oh, you got some berries. You wouldn't happen to have constructs there? There we go. Bean slaying for when we inevitably face Raphael. I'm gonna beat him up. Martial exertion gloves. What is this? Martial exertion. Push past your physical limits, taking 3d6 piercing damage to gain an additional attack per round, and to double your movement speed. No thanks. Nimble finger gloves. Gnomes are granted +2 to dexterity. Halflings and dwarves are granted +1. Would be good if I was a short king or queen. Booming blows. Your unarmed attacks deal an additional 1d4 thunder damage. Not bad. Hey, you want some explosive teddy bears? What if I just, like, give you an extra that? What if I just give you an extra that? There we go. Now he likes us.
Now let me get back to it.
Nichols?
It stopped, but it'll happen again. It keeps happening. The shivering, shaking, quaking. Don't you feel it?
It's the PTSD. Don't worry, it's just the world ending. Maybe your discount is based on donations? Well, I mean, one of them wasn't even... Trying to remember what shopkeeper this was. No, like the minus 108 was like we hadn't even spoken to that person before. Keeps happening. What is it?
There's something underneath the city, inside the rock. But when I ask the stone why it shakes, it only screams.
Oh.
I want to go home.
What's up with this
Philomene.
session?
Huh?
You look different when you're not trying to talk someone down from igniting a barrel of rune powder. Chuck your questions at Wulbrun. That's his job. I can make time for chatter after you know what's what.
Well, where is Wolverine? Shula. Oh!
You're here. Good luck.
You're from
This
way
damn
back
city's
when.
more treacherous than the Underdark.
Nice to see you lived. Rune powder barrel.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
It is quite the curse. Oh, he's kitted out. Rune powder bomb. Oh, we're gonna do a thing, and I'm here for it.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure you'd make it to the city. Regretting it yet?
Haven't really gotten into the city.
Thinking of worst case scenarios while I was locked in that cell you plucked me out of at Moonrise. I didn't imagine anything as bad as this. The Gondians have handed Enver Gortash the means to bring about the end of liberty in Baldur's Gate. And the citizens have rolled out the red carpet for the new tyrant.
Tends to be how it is.
Fighters are few and far between. My iron hands, what's left of the Harpers, and you.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Gortash is a dead man. A reason for my own. I'm with you, man.
Good. We don't have a chance unless we stick together. Not while the Gondians' metal monsters are patrolling the streets. The Steel Watch, they're a threat to you, me, and every man, woman, and child in this city. They act all civilized, servants of the people, but they only serve one man. When he becomes Grand Duke, it will only get worse. Laws will change, freedoms will vanish, and soon you'll be accused and sentenced before you've even committed a crime. And the fucking Gondians are to blame for all of it.
Cheer up, Roland. We're here to help. Personally, I put a lot of the blame on Gortash. Why put the blame on the Gondians?
They invented the Steel Watchers, and they're building an army of them. They've always been happy to provide their technology to despots in exchange for a stipend and the freedom to work in peace. They would have licked Saravok's boots, given the chance. And now they'll kiss Gortash's ring while the city screams. I had a plan to put a stop to them. But the way things are now, if we stick our heads above ground, the Watchers are on us like flies on shit.
What's the plan?
Same as it always is. Eliminate the threat. In this case, the foundry where these atrocities are produced. The Gondians are ingenious, but we're more than equal to them. There's nothing they can build that the Iron Hands can't tear down. I've built something unique for just that purpose. A rune powder bomb. First of its kind. 50 wizards high on the weave couldn't summon this kind of firepower. Get the bomb inside the Gondian facility. And boom.
Yes.
Problem solved.
Yes.
Please. This is too far. Everyone in the foundry would be killed.
Quiet, Barkus. The adults are talking.
Barkus has a point. This does sound like mass murder, though.
It's liberation. The Gondians picked their side the minute they took orders from Gortash. If they had any courage, they'd have refused him and died like heroes, spitting in his face. Now they'll die like the dogs they are.
Gortash is the enemy, not the Gondians. I'll find another way.
There is no other way. But I believe in second chances. When you come crawling back here, and you will, we can talk.
Where's Barkus? There you are.
A rune pounder bomb? Ah, what the devil has he become?
Fanatic with no thought for innocent life. It's a radical plan. There's more to this than meets the eye.
You'll hear no argument on that score. But using rune powder on the Gondians? They are inventors, just like us. They're snickety and self-important, too. But we all have our moments. Something is wrong. Very wrong. You did well refusing Wulbren's proposition, but I fear he'll find some fool who'll plant his bomb. The Gondians deserve a chance to plead their case before being blown to pieces. Please, find out what's going on.
I think Wulbren would like to know you're undermining. Alright, I'll speak to them.
That's all I ask. Questions first, violence later. And only if absolutely necessary.
Geez, turn some lights on in here. An owlbear? Orc skin recipe. Quality gave me a... I think I've read this one before. Potion of mind reading recipe. I've only just come back to myself. The pain radiating from my raw, scaleless body to my very bones left me entirely unable to sleep. By night 5 of ineffective treatment and total consciousness, I began to grow very... feel the word paranoid? Doesn't quite cover the depths of that sensation. It was encompassing, sheathing me as if it were a sword and it my scabbard. Or as if I were a sword and it were my scabbard. Yeah, I was positive that Nikros, my old friend, meant to kill me. As if the severity of my condition had become too much for him to bear witness to. As if poisoning me would end my suffering. Most compelling was the fact that I have myself considered the possibility of ending things. Using this decoction, I made a potion that could reveal his thoughts. Mingle a suspension of myrgrass with any supplement, and produce a potion of mind reading. Most horrifying of all, I found no murderous impulse in my friend's head, only pity. Oof. Primer on mythical beasts. Each chapter of this book describes the cultural origins of a different mythological beast. Chapter 5, Miniature Giant Space Hamster. Very little is known about this particular cryptid, though stories say they tend to choose well-muscled human males as their steeds when they deign to visit this plane. According to legends, this creature retains a wellspring of indescribable power known only to itself, though it provides its steed with perhaps mystical, perhaps mundane courage. Unsubstantiated rumors claim the creature has a taste for human eyes. Go for the eyes, Boo. Go for the eyes. Not taking their stuff.
Now you've spoken to the big man? Good to see you. Never thought I'd meet you again, let alone fight on the same side. Glad we both made it out of Grimforge alive, and that I didn't have to use that rune powder to make a point.
Glad I could defuse the situation. You didn't make it easy. Wolverine told me the plan for that rune powder. Yeah, I love her back in Grimforge, didn't you? How is she? Right, I could diffuse the situation.
Funny. You're gonna need that sense of humor here. Might have overheard you talking to Wolbran. Sounds like you got cold feet.
Do you realize how many people could get hurt by this?
Listen, I'd gladly incinerate this entire basement and everyone in it if it meant taking out the Gondians once and for all. There's no place for your bulk in here, Hoon. Pick a side or get out.
You'll be getting a mouthful of sparks at this rate. Unless you've got any decent metal on you, I'm not interested. Only if you're quick.
Do I have any decent metal on me? I mean, I've got like a bunch of infernal iron in my camp storage. Why do you just have a toy block?
Well, hello.
My faith will guide me.
Now let me get back. More shaking. The stone here shouldn't be so loud.
Gonna help us clear those watchers from the streets?
I'll do it my own way.
Don't get cold feet. If you don't eliminate the Gondians, they'll rebuild. If you want peace, you don't just break the sword, you kill the one who wields it. Surprisingly pleasant, I should sell this.
Keep your stubby sausage fingers away from my instruments, Sally Hoon. I don't have time to replace them.
I bet it's lovely strolling around not worrying about getting squished by a steel watcher, hmm?
Maybe.
Let the kid come. He wants to teach the refugees a lesson, right?
On walls. Oh. I can kind of just like see where all of the places that you could like stand are. I'm noticing a bunch of blood here.
Please, keep bothering me. I've no work to get on with.
I won't know why you're harboring Iron Hand gnomes in your cellar.
Been poking around downstairs, have you? Well, I've got nothing to hide. Those gnomes are victims. They've spent years in exile, no forge to call their own, all because of some ancient bloody grudge. The Gondians think they're the only ones fit to swing a hammer round here. They're wrong. One day they'll learn that the hard way. Until that happens, I'll give those iron hands a roof over their heads. Nothing wrong with it. Now clear off. If you want anything else, go to the shop. I've got work to do.
Alright. Respect.
Don't touch me. A crooked touch.
And it's not saying it's illegal to open this door.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Beloved sons.
What's that?
I'm not waiting around for the absolute cultists to catch me. I'm heading for the tall timber. Look for me at the fishing hole where we caught that gar. It isn't much, but I left you all the gold. I'll manage without it. Now gear up and get out before it's too late. Remember your training, and Casteve, don't drag your feet. When you walk, you leave too obvious a trail. Abandoned house chest key.
Can't slow down.
Damn it.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
What now? Oh dear. Someone's left a trap out for us.
Figure that's what it was. Alright. Findings from the Hinterlands, new edition. Esteemed reader, while this journal is no stranger to surprising news from the outermost reaches of our fair land, I must warn that this season's edition contains news some might find, in a word, shocking. It might be that the cult of the Absolute reported by our agents in Eltergard will fade like any other, but reports of alliances between goblins and loaf-sworn drow, troll and duergar, are a particular cause for alarm. The seriousness of the enclosed report is quite unique in our history. Prior to publication, messengers were sent to localities including Baldur's Gate, Scornabel, and Candlekeep. Let us hope these reports are received with the proper gravity for the safety of all. Sincerely, Mingus Etcherly, Editor-in-Chief. And that to Asterion.
Can't give up now.
Baldur's Gate and the Dialectics of Plunder. An excerpt on page 37 is circled in red. There can be no doubt that the Patriarch families of the upper city affect such an air of reserve and respectability because they are all too aware that their fortunes are founded on bloodshed, pillage, and exploitation. No one speaks now of Jeremiah Eltan, who founded the Flaming Fist as a ruthless mercenary company that slaughtered and burned for pay along the entire length of the Sword Coast. No one mentions Baron Ilza Bormul and the blood-splattered ingots shipped north from her slave labor mines in the mountains of Amn. The school books don't mention Bogo Session Star's bone flotilla that plundered Astera Cove and abducted the port's entire population. Give me that anti-imperialist stuff. Love me it. Mother of Halflings. This text is brimmed full with charming short stories concerning Yondala, the patriarch, protector, and sovereign creator of the halfling species. Here is one. Once there were a community of young pucks and prim pretty halflings called the Lermalakes. They were none of them old yet, having only newly formed their community around being virile and strong, so all could contribute to the upkeep and tidying and fixing and mending and so on. Halflings have a great many activities like that. So it was a great shock when an old woman came and asked to join the community. They told her she wasn't welcome, and when they turned her away politely but very firmly, she went into the nearby woods. Now the Lurmalakes couldn't have known she was going to take shelter there, so don't think too badly of them, but take shelter she did. When the werewolf men who lived there came to rob the old woman, Yondala invested the old woman with knitting needles of impeccable swiftness. She knitted the werewolf men clothes that would expand to accommodate their monthly changes, and they escorted her back to the Lurmalakes, who accepted the old woman and who took their lumps and scoldings too from the werewolf men, not at all amused at the halfling's lack of sympathy for such a clever elder as this. Yoinkies. Moxie's Mixology Manual. This book contains a crass but very comprehensive guide to mixing drinks. There's a huge amount of virtue placed on gin and whiskey-based drinks, and an equally large amount of denigration of vodka, vermouth, and rum-based drinks. Also, it advises mixologists, expert and budding alike, not to identify oneself as a mixologist in conversation. Say you're a bartender, the text advises, or a cocktail maker if you must. Mixologist makes you sound like a pillock. Rolling Deck, Rum, Brass City, Scraggle, Stag Swift, Tonic.
What a day.
Disarm that trap, please.
What to do?
So weird seeing
One day I'll catch a break.
Parlak having a full inventory. It's fucking wild.
Refugees for hire. Sorry. Catch you, right?
Red caps working in your circus?
There is so much wrong with yes. The Paramidius and Fred are cleaners. They've just joined, but are settling in marvelously. All this kerfuffle over missing red caps. Yes, we'd caged them due to unruly behavior, but as our red cap cleaners demonstrate, most are perfectly harmless.
Are you sure about that?
Keep a sharp eye out. Red caps are on the loose. One's deemed too violent to work. And not one of these circus folk seem bothered by it.
That's fine, I'm sure. Oh, rogue's morsel. That goes back up there. We need to go. The couriers. Wherever the fuck that one was. Right here. See if that one guy knows anything about the missing stuff. There's also got this trail of blood here that is very conspicuous. I'm pretty sure those are just from killing the chickens. Or you let the dogs out.
Shh! No talking. You'll frighten the birds.
What if I want to talk to the birds?
Name and rank? Quickly now! There's a war on!
Against the Absolute? I know, I'm fighting in it. Lieutenant Riona, reporting for duty.
At ease! At ease! I am Commander Lightfeather, leader of the finest aerial communication regiment this side of the Triumpha. State your purpose, Groundwalker. I don't have all day.
I hear some of your, officers have gone missing recently. What happened?
Damned awful business. Fine flyers, a lot of them. Gone without a trace. Intelligence is in short supply, but we know our enemies flanked us on the west side, not one rooftop away. They're avoiding the whole area. I won't lose one more beak to the Blighter.
West.
If you pass that way, beware the sign of the featherless wings. From that rooftop, none return.
Thank you. Enlisted avian. Meet Commander Lightfeather. I hope the name... Yes, the name changed.
I've no need of a wing man. Commander Lightfeather will give you your briefing.
A little wet under the wing for our unit. The commander will soon straighten you out.
Very well. It will steer watch. Was not to use the wound powder bomb, saying it will kill the Gondians, and the Steel Watch founder. He wants us to find a peaceful solution. In rune powder. Spoke to a pigeon in the pigeon coop. He claims other carrier pigeons have been intercepted by an unknown enemy to the west of the post house. He warned us, beware the sign of the featherless wings. Beware the sign of the featherless wings. Okay. So something is on top of the church.
Temple worship suspended until further notice. The faithful endure.
We need to get up to the roof. And probably the bell tower. Erebok. City of Suffering. Transcription of a sermon given in Baldur's Gate in 1368 DR. Baal can teach us about suffering. Please hold your gaffs, patient flock. I assure you there is a point to this unorthodox subject matter. I'm sure you've heard the gathering rumors about the recently deposed Grand Duke-elect Saravok Ankev. They are true. He engineered the sickness within our nation's iron, he slaughtered Duke Eltan, and yes, he nearly set Baldur's Gate and into a full-throated war against each other. All this for one whose names you should know with fear but nary speak. Baal, a murder most complete. This is why our work is important, you noble tormented. Suffering must be balanced, alleviated. We must bear its lashings on our shoulders when we can. For if we do not, our Lord on the rack's enemies will press upon it, and allow its weight to tip and crush the world as we know it into bloody pulp. These are the stakes, my suffering lambs. This is the rod our backs must bear. Ilmatari Combat Manual. Hold up. Many would ask how the Open Hand Temple should respond to acts of violence against our persons. Well, it is a most sticky conundrum. We must rely on the gifts granted to us by our suffering God, that of curative miracles. As long as you can salve yourself, your fellow congregants, or even the wayward minds of your vicious assailants, that must be your approach. For we are not to inflict suffering, only to alleviate it. Besides, there's always nearby Flaming Fist to handle that sort of distasteful thing, hopefully. Golfaxim's Compendium of Consecrated Creatures. An Ilmatari bookmark in this uncharmingly alliterative tome brings attention to one particular page. The Holophant, a most mild-mannered mastodon. 'Tis rare to find, dear reader, a creature of such benevolent countenance as the noble Holophant. The only wrinkle with the fine beast I have is upon its leathery hide. On the topic of the wrinkled skins, other angelic forms in Mount Celestia are gigantic, so mayhaps this skin will tighten when the Holophant engorges in celestial size. Ah, 'tis but an errant wondering. Whilst conversing with one of their breed, Lulu... Lulu's from Descent into Avernus. I learnt that the Holophant averts its wants from mortal vice at all costs, and has an indefatigably buoyant and cheery view of the mortal planes. I could not bring myself to quash these imaginings of our realm, and only hope we one day rise to the creature's conception of our kind. Aw.
Very well.
Hey, do you got, like...
How goes the search?
It goes. Trying to find a way up the roof. Alright, I think it'll have to be the Belfry Tower. Up. Up, up, up. Up, 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 up. We're getting up here. Some dead pigeons. Up, 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 up. Burnished necklace. Deep emerald stones sparkles in your eyes. Do not ring the bell. $26. Okay, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do this. That's only for one person. Maybe we simply jump up from here. those were a bunch of undead. I was like, oh no. Right outside the church. Too high. Like the lowest point. I think you have to get there from there.
Making me sweat.
Ha!
Toes, toes.
At least things have stayed
Oh wait.
interesting. If not over,
Fucking potions for this. Where's that glorious vaulting? Literal vine ladder? Where? Near you? That don't help. Oh. On the other side. Starion. Right over here, please. Listen. Sometimes I also fail perception checks. Wow.
No one stopped me yet.
Big hops.
Another step forward. That collar looks familiar. Does this cat belong to Gale?
Gale, you say? Gale. Why are you here, child? Oh, you have a little cat named Grub. Letter from Arabella.
Seems simple
Let's go off on our journey. The ink is still fresh and the letter is drawn in a careful hand. Hey, you. So, I owe you a lot. One, I don't know what the inside of a snake's belly looks like. For another, you let me stay at your camp. And for another, found out what happened to moms and pops. I'm on my own now, and Bone Man says it's a good thing. I just have to let the weave guide me. And as far as I can tell, it's tugging me to Baldur's Gate, so I'm headed there first. Anyway, thanks for everything. I won't forget it. Arabella.
So Bal's chosen is a doppelganger. I should not be surprised. They have ever been among his favorite servants. Orin is testing you. Either she thinks herself a predator, playing with her food, or she fears what you might do.
Probably both. Recall what you know about doppelgangers. Time to fail. Yep. Yep.
Their origins are shrouded in mystery.
You seem to have experience with doppelgangers.
Ah. This all begins to ring a little too familiar for my liking. The last time I fought doppelgangers, the Balspawn Sarevok was using them to subvert the city government, aid his rise to power. But Orin, he's more predator than politician, I think. She simply wants to make us feel hunted, isolated. Tell the Lordling that Orin is watching. Seems that Gortash and Orin have had a little falling out. We should leverage that.
Okay. How are you faring without your harpers?
You think me lonely? In truth, I prefer travel in a small pack such as this. Unburdened by numbers, we're free to act rather than react. A little like the old days. With allies every bit as peculiar. Give or take a few tadpoles.
Your experience will be an asset. Just try to keep up, old lady.
A kind way of saying, ye gods, I hope her dusty bones don't break at the first blow. Fear not for me. I will try my very best to keep up.
Ah, good, good. I want to ask you something. Is it true that you fought the Dead Three before?
It was Baal alone we faced in our time. And bad as that was, he had no elder brain for a lapdog then. Help won't come from the history books, or from any old tales I can spin you. This is your story to write. There. Have I fulfilled my role as your wise and wizened elder?
You're not that old, are you? Please. You're only one of those things.
Don't tell me which. Against all life experience, I will choose to assume the best.
Wise.
Darling?
What can I do for you, my friend?
I have battled great evils, been mocked by villains of all sorts. But Orin, she is beyond even Thorm. Her mind is twisted beyond recognition. What is she capable of? And where will she strike next?
We're nearing the city. You excited to return? Reluctant? A little of both?
Baldur's Gate is where I first raised a glass in toast at the tender age of 14.
Really don't like
and
helmets.
got so tipsy from wine, I puked in Dillard Portier's bushes. It's where the flaming fist chased me after I'd stolen a peach from a cart in the Wide. I got a good chewing out over it too. It's where my father taught me to hold a rapier, to read books of law, to know right from wrong. It's been 7 years since I left. It's no paradise, but it's home, and it's worth saving. And you? The city's yours too, after all. How's it feel to be back?
Motivated is dear to my heart. It's good to be here.
Wonderful, isn't it? Torril's history is written within our city's walls. Expeditions to the continent of Mastika gather in the harbor.
The Church of Gon displays its most priceless treasures in the High House of Wonders. Voices raised in song on returning day. The heady wines at the elf song. There's truly no place like Baldur's Gate.
In hide armors, helmets. I know. But when they're not in my party, for some reason, it just goes back to default. I don't know why. Child, you will be the last I speak to.
Orin, Skra, burn away the shadows she hides in, tear off her mask, and you'd reveal her for what she is, a shivering child.
Yeah, that checks out. Wonder where we are. Like where this camp is. Gale, there you are, buddy.
Come
Friend.
to bask in the glow of the Moon Maiden's sword? Be most welcome.
How do you intend to spend your newfound freedom? Camp space.
I am free from my bonds, but not my duty. The dead
It's our own
three
little
are
demi-plane.
risen. The dead two remain. You must face them. I will help.
Nice.
Keeping very well, I hope?
Yeah. What do you do now that your father's gone?
Look after my angel, of course. She's been through more than I can bear to think about. 100 years in the Shadowfell. 100 years being murdered by Sharans over and over. It fills me with a rage I can hardly contain. She's a formidable woman, my Aelin. But no one could escape such horrors unscathed. She's in my hands now, and I intend to help her through whatever's to come. We'll both of us stand by you when the time comes to put down the horror that threatens this city. We are your allies, for life.
I'd like to know what happened between you and your father.
I mourn the man I knew. He was wonderful. He raised me to serve Selûne as my mother, rest her soul, had wished. He was everything to me, all my life. When an emissary of Selûne came to our little town, we were elated. Dame Aelin, daughter of the Moon Maiden herself. This was different. It was like I could see my fate in her eyes. Lucky for me, she felt the same way. But my father was skeptical. Aelin is immortal, after all. I understand it's strange. There's an imbalance between us, certainly. But I suppose loving Aelin felt the same as loving myself. It was natural. Then... and this is where I still need answers. I died. I'm not sure how, why, but all was black. Next I knew, I was being jolted awake. I smelled musty air, I saw shadows. And then my father's face. So changed. So hideously warped. He told me we'd be together now. Said Aelin was dead. I couldn't speak. Could only run. I found last light within the shadows. Made a shelter there. Prayed my father wouldn't find me. By the time Jaheira came, I'd pieced together just enough to know I'd been dead 100 years. That my father was the source of the horrors that plagued my home. He's gone now. But I suppose the man I knew died when I died. The man he became, that wasn't the father I knew. The one I loved so very much.
Sage. Badger.
All's well, I hope. Aside from the obvious.
Hold on, Shadowheart. What happened here?
Still breathing, despite everything.
Why is there just a dead badger?
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
Where's Arabella gone?
The girl has left to hew her own path. She left behind a letter, as thou doth know.
Yep.
Hast thou other business?
Yeah, can you tell me about the dead badger in the background? Right over here, you know? Did it cause this destruction? Why is there a stinky cloud up there? Is that the badger's doing? What happened here? What is the story of this specific house?
That foul shapeshifter Orin is like a scavenger beast, probing us for weaknesses. Do not let her shake your resolve.
Have you heard from Thaniel since we moved on?
I have. He speaks to me during my nightly meditations. He is well. And Oliver also. At times they are one, and at others they divide. Easier for playing, perhaps. And the land thrives also. I doubt you would recognize it.
Oh.
Perhaps one day, you and I can both return and see it for ourselves.
That'd be nice. Once all this whole, you know, bullshit is done. Branch.
It's certainly good to be back at camp. How I've missed the smells.
All's well that ends well, eh, boy? Badger back where you belong.
Indeed. And I'm sure
Everyone
Dringo will do
approves.
a great job. He always took good care of me.
Yeah.
Orin toys with us where she could destroy us. Whatever her motivations, I hope she reveals them quickly.
What's down here? A nice camp. Shadowheart, temporarily yeeting you from the party. Hope you understand.
Almost pleasant traveling with company. If you ignore all the less pleasant aspects.
Speaking of the less pleasant aspects, we should journey separately
If
for
you're
now.
sure. Fine. I'll be here whenever you rediscover your taste.
Don't worry, we'll bring you back after we're done speaking to a cat.
Go ahead. I'm listening. With pleasure. Lead on.
At the ready.
And then, as I am wont to do, all these wizard level 2 lows.
Long road ahead. With haste.
Alright, child, why are you here? Did you not find your parents?
Hi. It's me, Yenna. You remember me, right?
Yes.
You were really nice to me before, and, my mum hasn't come back yet. She might come later. I don't think she's coming. Could we maybe stay here?
Yes! We can play Wonder Cup.
Wanna what? Of course you can stay. Pick a spot and settle in. No kids allowed. Come back in 10 years. Get lost, kid. Yeah. Pick a spot, settle in.
You've got a fire and everything. I can cook really good. Whatever you want. Thank you, thank you.
By the way, you wouldn't happen to be a doppelganger, would you? Or changeling? Shapeshifter? Don't do anything that makes me throw a moonbeam at you. Rub.
I'm just a cat. Please, talk to Yenna.
Why are you scared?
Why are you so nosy?
Yenna mistreating you. Do you know what happened to Yenna's mother?
Nothing good, I don't think. She was so very sick. Maybe she made like a cat and went off to spend a last life.
Yenna mistreating you?
Yenna is my best friend. She's kind. Help her, not me.
May I pet you?
Please don't.
Okay.
I brought my own paring knife. Now I just need some ingredients, and I'm gonna make something really good, I promise.
Is heterochromia iridum. Eek barn. Just a dark and mysterious thing right there. Jeez. Look at all these non-explosive stuffed bears. Also, holy shit, that's a lot of parasites. Holy. Alright, I'm sure that little girl is not Yenna. Or Orin. Surely nothing will go wrong. Seen anything about.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Mr. Dakarios, heavens! Fancy seeing you here.
Oh.
Tara! That can't be you, can it?
I suppose you won't be terribly shocked to find your old friend Tara amongst the pigeons. They've always been a personal favorite.
My, is that a ring? For us? Ugh, you shouldn't have. Enjoy yourself now, Tara. Looks like you've got yourself set up quite nicely here.
What's your Trissom doing here, Gale? Gale, she's been eating those missing carrier pigeons. Tell her to stop. What's your Trissom doing here, Gale?
She isn't my Tressim. She's my friend. And from the looks of things, it appears she's eating pigeons.
Can you ask her to stop eating pigeons?
Oh, Right. Did you hear that, Tara? Stop it?
Well, these must be important birds indeed, Mr. Decarios. Forgive me for feasting on their bodies and bones so very voraciously.
Oh, she's agreed. Just about.
All right, we're gonna need. Goodbye, Tara. We're gonna need these letters. And not read them. I read one. For the special and direct attention of Roa Moonglow only. Look, Roa. You City Zent have always been consummate professionals to me, so I don't understand why the Joaquin's Rest cell is so useless. I was supposed to receive several items from them a few days ago, but have heard absolutely nothing. Could you put out some feelers? Xeris doesn't answer my correspondence anymore, Danzo. Well, I didn't mean to read that. But it really only just confirmed something I already suspected. If I'm being honest. Whoa, what happened up here?
Won't help us. At least let the children in. They've had nothing but scraps for days.
Badgerfall? That's... Yeah, we can name the camp that. That makes sense. Oh yeah, pouch. Don't mind if I do. No, I mean the roof damage caused by Badgerfall. Maybe the badger fell onto the temple first, and then it fell down into our camp, destroying that house. And the missing letters. Postmaster Danzo will be pleased. One of them was already open. I didn't read it. Also, Carmack. And over to me, please. There we go.
There must be something.
Don't suppose you've stumbled across those letters yet?
A letter, but it was very difficult. I'm afraid my fees have gone up. Is this the letter you were looking for? We call him out. We call him out.
Thank the gods. Unopened as well. Oh, what a relief. My customers will be most pleased. Here's your fee. As promised.
337. Return the missing letters to Postmaster Danzo. Puppers.
Even though Mistress is gone, I promise to be a good dog. No, the best dog.
You already are. Also, why were you suddenly in the cage?
You got rid of her. I'll do a better job looking after these dogs than she.
Okay. Oh, we gotta report to the commander. Hold on. Commander Lightfeather.
Leave me be, Groundwalker. I've reports to prepare.
Is there any more intelligence available for this mission?
You'll want to watch out for the enemy's observation post, of course. Tallest point around these parts. It used to make a bloody awful racket, but it's fallen silent. No doubt our enemy has claimed the territory.
Territory.
Outraged. Still means death. Crime of passion or deeper conspiracy.
This is front-page material.
They won't let us in. And they asked we were nice too.
Great
My
headline.
son. He's only a boy.
Kind
You
of
must understand.
look a bit too old for that voice. I'm being honest.
North Worms Crossing, South Rivington.
A journalist. Hold on. We gotta spin a tail.
We don't need your kind.
Ah, are you trying to get into the city? Got a minute to tell me about your experience at the gate today?
Who are you?
I'm Lens, roving reporter for the Baldur's Mouth Gazette. My editor sent me to cover the drama out here at the gate. He wants some fluff piece about the heroic Steel Watch keeping the mob at bay, whether or not that's the truth or not.
What do you think is the truth? Besides the Steel Watch, that's not an opinion you hear often. And what do you think is the truth?
That the refugees here are desperate, hungry, scared people. They're no mob. They just want to be safe. I've heard the rumours. Absolutists marching from Moonrise Towers. Whole towns felled by strange curses. It's no wonder they ran. Of course, I can't write any of that. My editor only releases stories his friend Lord Gortash approves of. And he's very selective.
Oh boy, do I have a scoop for you about Gortash. That's appalling. So people in the city have no idea what's going on? I'd love to speak with your editor. Where can I find him? Sounds like you're printing Gortash's propaganda. Have you considered that perhaps you're not a very good writer? So people in the city have no idea what's going on.
Oh, they know some of it. Most would rather bury their heads in the sand anyway. Saves them the bother of feeling responsible. I'll try and get the truth across. Who knows? Maybe a line or two will meet Mr. Needle's approval. I won't be holding my breath.
But we walked clear from Arn.
Sorry, can't talk. I'm on a deadline.
Orders are orders. We've got ours.
I'll read this with you. Outraged.
Not a circus posters.
I said, step back.
Front-page material.
Damned outsiders. Swarming the place.
That'll make a great headline.
Why did I have to move?
Take it somewhere else. My hands are full.
Why did I move over to there?
Get in line. We were here first.
Heartless bastards. If they just listen.
We can't get in. I have family here. They said we'd be welcome.
Please, my son.
Journalist was
He's
that
only a
chosen
boy.
of ball when
You
I
must
talked to her?
understand.
Great headline.
We can't let you in.
I thought we'd be safe in the gate. I heard the stories.
Fascinating.
Well, all you want. We've got enough mouths to feed.
Huh.
We don't need your kind.
Interesting.
Refugees.
So, like, the journalist can be Orban. But it is 8:30, so we are gonna end it here. Ugh. Big stretch. All right. Yeah. I wonder why I didn't get that. Maybe I didn't pick the right options. Or maybe it's just random who she is. But yeah. Anyways, we will continue Baldur's Gate 3 next time.